Hello everybody. I thought I'd post up a video today of some recent work that I've been doing in Warhammer Fantasy. So I'm preparing for a grand tournament here in America in New York State in January of 2011, so a couple weeks from now. And I'm going to be using my Nuln Empire army, so I thought I'd do up some Ogre unit filler conversions. As you've seen from my other videos on the website, I've got a lot of old school Ogres that I've been buying off eBay over the past year, and these are Marauder Ogres from the 1980s, really some of my favorite Ogres of all time, and I thought they'd be perfect additions to my Empire army for unit filler purposes. So this one here is actually a great sword kind of Empire Ogre, and he's got his sword spiked into the ground there, as you can see. So what I thought I'd do is convert up a Empire State Troop / Greatsword plastic model to kind of have the same pose. So the idea is that the ogre is mimicking him kind of foolishly, standing at the back of the Greatsword unit that I've got in my Empire army. So I actually painted them in the exact same color scheme too, with red on the upper right hand corner and the lower left hand corner of the model, and blue in the alternating typical Empire fashion. So really a pleasure to paint this model and fun to convert up. The most difficult part of the conversion was getting this greatsword to kind of spike into the ground on the plastic kit. It required some green stuffing and a little bit of pinning and some reshaping of the hands. Hard to see on this video here, but I've got the left arm of the plastic greatsword guy with his face kind of buried in it, so that actually required a little bit of green stuffing, a little bit of fickling around with to get to fit just right. But very happy with this model. Here's what it looks like inside the greatsword unit. So as you can see here, my paint scheme with the Nuln is this kind of striking highlight on the black. And it's actually a lot of red in this unit. That's just because it's kind of an elite unit that I wanted to do a little bit fancier colors with. Most of the state troops are all just straight black. But as you can see, it just kind of fits in the back there. It takes up 4 spots and should add a little bit of character to the unit. And it goes along with a unit filler that I'd completed previously. So this is another Ogre unit filler conversion. It's an engineer, as you can see here, kind of yelling at and pointing at an Ogre who's struggling to assemble a cannon. I use this in my Spearman State Troop block that's like 42 men, so that's why it represents 12 models. As you can see, it's got quite a footprint in here, but I think there's enough modeling detail on the model and conversion work here to justify the large unit filler size. Some people kind of take issue with unit fillers, but I think they add a lot of character. So this is a Goldfag Ogre from the late 90s, and I cut the weapon out of his right hand and made it so that he's kind of scratching his head, kind of going like, ooh. And I put in this little tool in his left hand. I don't even know where I got the bit from. It was just hanging around the bit box. And I ordered some cannon bits off of eBay and put it together, so he's kind of making a mess here. And here's the last unit filler that I'm working on. I converted this up at the same time as the Greatsword 2 nights ago. So this is another 1980s Marauder Ogre, and it's hard to see here because it's just been primered in black, but it's an Ogre who is grabbing and loading a cannon, which he's firing at like a musket. So I thought this would be great for like a handgunner unit, but I don't really use handgunners because I don't like the short range, and I find crossbows to be kind of a better bang for their buck. So I figured I would put this guy on the back of the base like this, similar to the Greatsword style, and I converted up this crossbowman to be kneeling and pointing. So he's kneeling, if you can see there on the bottom left-hand corner of the image, on like a helmet from the Greatsword plastic kit, and also the arms from the Greatsword kit. This actually required a fair amount of converting. It looks really simple, but there are no kneeling Empire models in the plastic range, so I had to really convert up the leg. Actually, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about how the Space Marine who's kneeling in the tactical squad kind of fits together, and so I cut up the legs and green stuffed them in to fit. So I think it came out pretty well. And he's just going to sit like right on the front of the base, so he's kind of like pointing out. And of course, the unit will extend to the right, that way, and it'll be a unit of 12. So again, a unit filler is totally unnecessary for this small unit of crossbowmen. Kind of like a 20-man unit of greatswords doesn't really need one, but I think it adds a lot of character. So hopefully my opponents like it. And just to have a consistent theme with the unit fillers, I think is a really, really kind of cool, cohesive addition to an army. But anyways, hope you guys like, and I'll post up some more videos of my work soon. Also, I'll post up a full army video of all of my Nuln Empire stuff, because I've got 2,500 points for this grand tournament all painted up. So I'll add it up soon. Thanks.